much, Nick.
That's okay.
Good evening. Before we start, I just want to make sure everyone's in the right place. This is not the Islander game, right? We're here for high school graduation. I will get you out of here by 7:50. Whatever happens after that is on you. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem, sung by seniors Isabella Ben-Kaluk, Madison Cross, Jenna DiStefano, Victoria Geraci, Samantha Lee, Valeni Passaro, Bonnie Stern, Jessica Tusa, and Isabel Yoon.
Girls, make sure the mic's on.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well done, ladies.
Beautiful. Please be seated. Thank you, seniors. Absolutely beautiful. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Schneider, Ms. Lavelle, Mr. Spence, Mrs. Lucchese, Mrs. Ciccoli, Mr. Harrington, Dr. Hannon, Mr. Totolo, Ms. Yale, Mr. Choi, Mr. Toko, Mr. Healy, Mr. Torriello, Mrs. Panay, faculty, parents, relatives, and friends. Welcome to Bethpage High School's 66th commencement. Today, the class of 2021 will add to the tradition of excellence that is Bethpage Schools. We can clap anytime you want tonight. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our senior class president, Isabella Downs, who will be attending Sacred Heart University in the fall.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you all here tonight. On behalf of all of us, I would like to start off by thanking the Board of Education, administration, all the faculty and staff, and all the parents and families for the constant support and encouragement through the years. When I was in kindergarten, I remember sitting on the reading carpet while my teacher explained that we still had 5 years until we left elementary school. I remember thinking, that is so far away. It felt like I would never grow up. But before I knew it, those years flew by, and millions of memories filled them. We have been counting down the days until graduation, and now that day is here. Walking through the halls that first day as a freshman, I remember feeling so small. I felt like I was lost in another country and didn't know the language everyone else was so fluently speaking. I got lost in the hallways and didn't know what experience I wanted to get out of high school. But there was still a reassuring feeling among us because we all went through it together. We tried new classes, clubs, and sports and realized what our interests and passions were. And through this process, we not only learned more about ourselves, but each other as well. These last 4 years, filled with experience and new discoveries, have been so transformative. I've kept a bucket list since I was little, and I've checked off so many milestones these past 4 years. Make friendships that will last a lifetime, check. Get into college, go to prom, check. And now I will be able to check off that I graduated high school. And I know that all my classmates have their own bucket list filled with their unique perspective of what their dreams are. There might be someone who had learned how to play an instrument on their list, or become an artist, or score the game-winning goal. There is so much talent in this grade, and the future is so bright for all of us. So, as we embark on our next journeys, it is time to fill our list up with new adventures. It might seem scary at first to set new goals, but that is the wonderful thing about being 18, that this is only the beginning. We have our whole lives ahead of us. This is our time to try new things. It is a nerve-wracking feeling to put yourself out of your comfort zone, but this is where true growth happens. This bucket list I have is already so full of life, and it will only keep getting longer. And that is my wish for all my peers, to go out there and add to your bucket list. Predict the amazing things you will do in the future, and it will feel so fulfilling to check them off one day. I've made so many memories here at Bethpage High School, and it has been a gift to grow up together with this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Student Council President, Ellie Tesoros, who will be attending Adelphi University.
Thank you, Mr. Jantz. I am incredibly honored to be speaking to you all today and so grateful for this moment we have together. Whether you couldn't wait for this day to come or you've been holding on to each minute trying to prolong the time before its arrival, it's here now. Remember Mr. Healy saying in September that maybe by June we could have a normal graduation? Well, thanks to the hard work and determination of the faculty and administration, look where we are now. On behalf of all the graduates, I'd like to thank Mr. Toko and Mr. Healy, our assistant principals, for working through various challenges to ensure that we could have a safe and fulfilling year. I'd also like to thank Mr. Jantz. The love he has for the students and faculty is plainly obvious, and our class has been lucky enough to experience his friendliness and kindness since our middle school years. Graduation ceremonies are about unity, and we are unified. The past year has tried to tear us apart, but despite the odds, we're all very much together. And our physical togetherness today reflects how even though we've had our struggles, we are still a solid unit and the very resilient class of 2021. Our unity today is beautiful, because I'm sure you can all remember just how divided we've been at times. When choosing Battle of the Classes themes, it kind of seemed like the real battle was within our own class. Meetings and group texts riddled with disagreement almost convinced me we'd never see eye to eye on anything, but sure enough, it all worked out in the end. Why? Because even though we all had different opinions, we all wanted the same end result: to win, show our school spirit, and have fun. And so here we are today in the bigger picture. A group of diverse students with a range of interests and opinions who share the common goal and soon-to-be accomplishment of graduating. This year was like the build-up to that Battle of the Classes, sprinkled with uncertainty and tension. But the optimism in the air today parallels the excitement and passion that built in the hallway lineup and spilled over into every event. We were exuberant and happy to be with each other, just like we are in this moment now. I know it was disappointing that we couldn't have an official battle of the classes our senior year. It was heartbreaking to see the pandemic threaten to take more away from us, but we did not let it. Rather than giving up and giving in, we adapted as a class and as a school, introducing new, fun, creative events each month. Past battles got to showcase the amazing athletes, dancers, and artists we have in our class. And this year, students had the opportunity to solve puzzles, flex their trivia knowledge, and express ideas through film. So, after all 4 years of high school and 4 battles, every type of student with various talents had the opportunity to shine and have fun. We created new traditions this year, and despite the challenges we faced, the Senior Class Student Council is leaving a legacy. The class of 2021 is resilient. We persevere. We are unique. And when we officially leave Bethpage High School, I hope we retain this uniqueness. We have students who are prospective college athletes, students already working impressive internships, students going straight into the workforce to better the community, students taking gap years to grow their businesses, students going across the country for college, and students going a few miles away. And of course, we have students who have yet to figure out what they want to do with their lives. Those are all very different paths, which is fitting because we are all very different people. But we all have Bethpage High School in common. We all have invaluable memories from our time here, and we're all leaving a legacy. Though we're different, our differences make us strong. They make us who we are. And my word of advice to you is to stay unique. Be true to you. The outside world is going to be foreign and unknown and scary, and so the temptation to make yourself small in order to fit in will grow. But nobody here or anywhere worth listening to wants you to be someone you're not. So stay unique, because just like your differences have contributed to Bethpage High School, they will contribute more than you know to the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. Now please welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2021, Pawan Pitarangan, who will be attending Stony Brook University in the fall.
This year has been strange, to say the very least, but the oddity presented by a year pervaded by the COVID pandemic has clearly not prevented us from graduating or from an in-person graduation. Considering that I spent 3/4 of the school year as a virtual learner, I am especially grateful to be here tonight. Now, I am under no pretense that, and I'm sure most of my peers here aren't either, that from here on out, life will be smooth sailing for us. Life can be hard, and we all know it. That's simply how it is, and that's okay. When life becomes hard, it's easy to get lost in it, to feel trapped or overwhelmed. However, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and there are so many people around us who want nothing more than to help us get there. Remember that. Technology means we're more connected than we ever have been before, meaning we can reach these people near instantly. Support systems are an amazing part of life, and it's important to both have one and use one, including the one built right here in Bethpage. Our friends, our parents, our teachers, the rest of our support staff, they're all here for us. Some support systems may look different from others, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that they will help you get through life with your head held high. Wherever we're going, after this ceremony finishes, as we close the chapter of our lives encompassed by elementary, middle, and high school, it is my sincere hope that none of us forget about the relationships we've made here, that they don't disappear when we walk away from here tonight. They are a source of strength available to all of us, and we should tap into them when we need them. Thank you.
Thank you, Powen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor and privilege to introduce the class of 2021's valedictorian, who will be attending SUNY University at Albany in the fall, Bonnie Stern.
Good evening, everyone. I'm beyond happy to be speaking to all of you in person and seeing your lovely faces. The class of 2021 has aged quite well. When I was 11 years old, I remember begging my mom to see the world's largest department store, Macy's at Herald Square. To be honest, it wasn't the store that caught my attention. It was those pesky little wooden escalators. It really struck a chord with me that something so vintage was still up and running. Out of curiosity, I went home that day and Googled the store's origins, clicking through countless photos of New York City throughout the decades. As I got older, my sentiment for learning only grew, and I realized the more you know, the more you discover you don't know. Aware that my family was from Romania, I became interested in their past. Sadly, my grandparents passed away during my high school years, but they had told me incredible stories about their survival through the concentration camps or the Holocaust and the years after. Now I jump at the opportunity to learn anything historical. Delving more into my personal background, I had conversations with my parents, leading me to understand just why they left Romania. It was then that I discovered the truth about socialism and communism and the pain and anguish it brings. I can now paint a much clearer picture of their lives before me and how their experiences in the Eastern Bloc compare to my own living in this amazing free country. In fact, my dad recalls how he landed in Boston in 1986 with nothing but his hands in his pockets. But America's opportunities and hard work paved the way for our current life. My grandparents dreamt their grandkids would be born in America, and I am so thankful to be here today, living their American dream. As we leave our comfortable Bethpage bubble, it is crucial that we can converse with each other. We must be appreciative and accepting of history. We must be independent and free thinkers. We must be able to hold a debate, be civil and accepting of one another, and shy away from shaming or abandoning others. More recently, I found myself flipping through my mom's high school yearbook, where I read her senior quote, which I think to be very fitting today. "The man who thinks with his own mind and keeps it uncorrupted is free." Don't blindly accept what you read or hear. Learn to step out of fear, analyze information, and trust yourselves and your intuition before anyone else. We all have a duty to learn from others, to learn from our past, and to learn from our history. If we don't do our own research to understand history, then we are doomed to repeat it and become what we've sworn to destroy. Never forget means we never forget the atrocities that occurred in Eastern Europe throughout the 20th century. But we also must work together to make sure what my family and countless others endured never happens again, not anywhere and not here. We will probably never all agree on everything, but respect for one another is key. However, even when we have these conversations with others, we must not change our convictions simply to fit in because that facade wears out sooner or later. We must not convince ourselves to change our values to please others, or it may seem to be the majority. Just when we think we are standing alone, we see so many others are behind us, and that's where we make true connections. Getting to know my family was the best thing I could have done for myself, and I encourage all of you to actively listen and ask questions. Even as we leave our childhood behind, let's take a moment to reflect on the advice our parents gave us. My mother reminds me, just as Mufasa said to his son in The Lion King, to remember who you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor to introduce the Superintendent of Bethpage Schools, Mr. David Schneider.
Thank you, Mr. Jans. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very special moment. Welcome also to the members of the Board of Education, our administrators and staff, and to all our family and friends viewing this here and at home. Please allow me to start by saying congratulations to the class of 2021 in this, the 66th commencement ceremony for Bethpage High School here in this very special place. We all know how much it means to you to have your commencement ceremony, this final step, take place right here. We are extremely excited to be able to share this moment together. Mr. Jans, Mr. Healy, Mr. Toko, let me say how much we all appreciate the work done by the three of you in making this a very successful school year. Especially this year. And to you and all of our staff members, thank you for doing what no other school was able to do. What most said was the impossible. We are incredibly grateful for your dedication and your professionalism. You have all had a great year under the toughest of conditions, and I appreciate all your hard work. Mr. Jans, you have led the students and staff with grace and honor, always keeping their well-being as your guiding principle. Thank you for showing BHS the way through this challenging time. And a special thank you to all the parents for the cooperation, understanding, and support in working together to keep the Bethpage schools, Bethpage strong. Just another example of how special our community is. No place can do things like Bethpage can. I want to say thank you to the class of 2021 for your commitment to excellence. Your achievements in academics, the fine and performing arts, and athletics have showcased your school and community and made us all very proud. We have all enjoyed seeing you in action this year, and we're thrilled to be able to share so many of these events with the community, especially to share in your successes. Thank you very much, live streaming crew. You have all represented your class and our school with great distinction. Some examples are our valedictorian and salutatorian, the Maskers Guild production of the Curtain Calls, our robotics team chairman award again, the Science Research Symposium and LICEF winners. We have 4 Eagle Scouts in the class of 2021, Josh Rea, David York, Tyler Danigian, and Liam Young. And our athletic program continues to compete with the best in the county with numerous conference and division championships, and with our 4x4 boys track relay team and our baseball team bringing home county championships this spring. And we are even more proud that our students understand the values of what defines a student athlete, as 31 out of 32 of our varsity teams qualified as scholar athlete teams, defined as teams that have a collective 90 average in all of their classes. Fantastic. The class of 2021 has demonstrated a deep commitment to their community. During your 4 years, you have taken part in many activities to support our schools. But this year, more than ever, you served as role models inside our buildings and within our community to ensure that our schools stayed open. One of the greatest challenges your class has ever faced. I thank you deeply for your leadership. It's clear to all of us that Bethpage is one of the best high schools in the country. Others have taken notice as well, as Bethpage continuously makes the list of best high schools in America and has been awarded the highest honor in the land, being named the U.S. Department of Education Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, something that we are all very proud of. So today, graduates, you join the ranks of a very special group of people known as Golden Eagle alumni. We know that you too will carry on the great legacy that is Bethpage. Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. We all know that the foundation you've established here in Bethpage High School has you ready to do so. On behalf of the Board of Education, I wish the class of 2021 all the best as they go on to college, the workplace, or serving our nation in the armed forces. My great hope is that each of you explores, dreams, and discovers your purpose and your potential, and that one day you too will be back here to share your own stories of success. It's an absolute privilege to be the superintendent of the Bethpage School District. Always remember, we are Bethpage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and welcome to our 66th commencement ceremony. I have to tell you, it's a beautiful sight to see these bleachers full and so many smiling faces. It's what we all dreamed of back in September. Thank you all for being here. More than ever, tonight truly is a community celebration. Before I begin, I want to thank you all for your patience and support this year. I always talk about how Bethpage is a special place with such a strong sense of community. Well, this year, it was on full display, so thank you. Former President Ronald Reagan, we get clap, that's good. I told you, I warned you in the beginning, clap as much as you want. Former President Ronald Reagan often talked about his vision of America as being a shiny city on a hill. To me, Bethpage is a microcosm of his concept. The class of 2021. Oh boy, the class of 2021. I met them in the fall of 2014 when they started JFK Middle School, and I was a new assistant principal. I remember greeting them each morning while I was directing traffic. You might remember some of my moves. They were good. I thought they were good. I always thought if this doesn't work out, I could do traffic. I also remember settling disputes over fidget spinners and begging them to stop flipping their water bottles in the cafeteria. I remember the awful smell of Axe body spray wafting through the halls. JFK smelled like a funeral home at all times. To be honest, I do not think Mr. Fullerton and the staff down there has fully recovered. Please don't bring Axe to college. Please don't. Don't do it. It's never smelled good. Most importantly, I remember being skinnier and having a full head of hair. Is there any connection? Could there be a connection with this class? One thing about this amazing group, and I truly mean that, amazing group, they've always done things their own way. They've always been trailblazers. So we were truly fortunate that they were the ones to lead our school through the pandemic and leave a whole new series of traditions and accomplishments for future classes to strive for and enjoy. As far as I know, they are the only group of musicians to host a series of live concerts on the front lawn. The only class where the Masters Guild both recorded and performed their musical production, leaving their audience literally in tears. Have young scientists doing research at Cold Spring Harbor Labs and others doing research recognized by the EPA? Check, they do that too. Have athletes start their cheer and football season in April? Yep, they did that too, and quite well. Win a county baseball championship for the first time since 1983? Check again. Let's not forget about those national championship kickline trophies. Or that all of our virtual enterprise students advance to this year's national competition. As you can see, this class has always been all in and full of school spirit since the beginning. The love for their hometown that they've shown during their time here has been outstanding. And most importantly, it's never wavered, even during the toughest of years. I remember during your 2017 moving up ceremony, JFK Principal Mr. Kevin Fullerton said the following about the class of 2021. Quote, "Within this group, we have young men and women that have achieved so much in the classroom and beyond. And also within this group, we have so much untapped potential that I am confident will mature and help keep this community strong for years to come." End quote. I am proud to say that this group has met and exceeded that potential. That's why I'm excited to announce here tonight that this year's graduation rate is 99.9%. And 98.6% of this year's graduates have earned a Regents diploma, and of that, 71% with advanced designation. Truly, truly amazing. Parents, watching your children grow up into the young women and men that you see here tonight has truly been the professional opportunity of a lifetime. I knew this would happen. They have been with me since the beginning. Oh, I'm not going to make it to the next paragraph. We should just get to diplomas at this point. They have been with me since the beginning of my Bethpage and administrative career. My daughter Lucy, who is now 7, who better be watching at home right now, was a newborn when I first met them. We always stress that it takes a partnership between home and school to get your child onto this field here tonight. I hope now that you feel that all your sacrifices to ensure this moment were worth it. Thank you for always supporting us, even when we didn't see eye to eye. We could not have done it without you. Clap for yourselves, please. Before I end, I would like to thank Mr. David Schneider, his administrative team, and the Board of Education for their leadership and support. But most importantly, I want to thank them for having the guts to safely send all of our students back to school full time this year. It's important to recognize that Bethpage was one of the only districts in the state and country to have their full K-12 program be all in since September 1st. Thank you all. To our outstanding PTSA members led by Jen Falco, Christina Skelta, and Yolanda Coveney, thank you for your dedication to the children of Bethpage. Thank you for always caring about our kids. And more importantly, I don't know how you put up with me for 7 straight years. You all deserve a break from me. I will not call you, I promise. And I definitely do not need any more snacks, so thank you. Thank you to the dedicated teachers and staff members here at Bethpage High School. They are true professionals who work hard each day, especially this year, to make a difference in the community here in Bethpage. And finally, thank you to my assistant principals, Mr. Toko and Mr. Healy, for their hard work and dedication. These 2 men are the true unsung heroes of Bethpage High School. Please stand up, gentlemen. Stand up. They're going to kill me for that. I'll be buying lunch on Monday. Students, I want to thank you. When you first arrived at Bethpage High School in the fall of 2017, then principal and now assistant superintendent, Mr. Michael Spence, challenged you to leave BHS a better place. Mr. Spence, I'm here to tell you that this fine group of young men and women have done just that. They are resilient, bright, community-focused, and ready to take on the next chapter of their lives. They have also shown future classes how to make the best out of a tough situation and how to persevere against all the odds. Class of 2021, you will always have a special, it's going to happen again, always have a special place in my heart. Good luck. Good luck in the future. Keep in touch, and remember, once a golden eagle, always a golden eagle. Thank you. My daughter better be watching now. Thank you all. Really, I mean that. Thank you so much. It's going to happen again. You got to stop doing this. It's a rough night. The Islanders better win, really. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Schneider, administrators, faculty, parents, relatives, and friends, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Bethpage High School class of 2021. For the conferring of diplomas, along with Assistant Principal Mr. Kevin Healy and Assistant Principal Mr. Ralph Tocco.
Yeah, you can if you wish. You sure can if you wish.
Yes?
Yep.
Emmanuel Tesouris.
You guys are on the right side. Okay. You're on the right side. You're on the right side.
Isabella Downs. Pawan Picharangan. Bonnie Stern.
Juliana Mayel.
Emily Agnesini.
Marissa Locasano.
Alian Ahmad.
Sebastian Morano.
Sire Ahmed.
Maya Maciel Seidman.
Sarah Ali.
Nina Lukic.
Christina Barron.
Jonathan Mano.
Alexa Alimo.
Sophia LaRusso.
Brianna Annalidis.
Gianna LaRusso.
Emily Ann Arena.
Donovan Martinez.
Tony Ann Bottolato.
Brandon Lombardo.
Cassandra Astorita.
James Martin.
Robert Attard.
Aaron Lynch.
Peter Arabito.
Ariana Lissica.
Michael Auer.
Megan McCullough.
Ethan Bakhtuar.
Aiden Lynn.
Elisa Baker.
Andrew Mandalese.
Daniel Baltieri.
Wiley Miller.
Leah Bestany.
Joseph McDonald.
Isabella Bogolovsky.
Emily Miller.
John Binder.
Taryn Moeller.
Anthony Belmonte.
Megan McGlynn.
Jake Bonelli.
Owen Mikulski.
Kathy Benitez.
Aiden Morales.
Christopher Basili.
Samantha McManus.
Brianna Butaska.
Gabrielle Monteleone.
Victoria Bracken.
Gregory Michelson.
Ariana Belmonte.
Christopher Mertz.
Savannah Bonsick.
Samantha McGowan.
Emma Bort.
Stephen McMullen.
Elizabeth Bort.
David Meneses.
Isabella Benkalup.
Jordan Menjivar.
Gianna Battaglia.
Amina Mohammed Ilyas.
Joyce Choi.
Thomas Moran.
Hannah Cho.
Gianna Novara.
Sid Chabra.
Jenna Parisi.
Nicolette Castelli.
Valeni Pissarro.
Ian Cafiero.
Natalie Palmer.
Seth Castro.
Haley Mork.
Olivia Brett.
Joanna Munoz.
Sophia Brett.
Amanda Ocasio.
Isabella Caradona.
Cheryl Nosad.
Georgia Cagna.
Rachel Park.
Natalie Haralambos.
Jocelyn Osborne.
Edward Carluzzo.
James O'Boyle.
Christopher Satine.
Kushi Patel.
Matthew Burry.
Stephen Orozco.
Luke Carney.
Evan Ing.
Joseph Kumo.
Darius Nunez.
Kenneth Cornejo.
Josh Rea.
Sarah Durigo.
Nicholas Ragusa.
Hannah Danziger.
Nicholas Pepe.
Christopher Coveney.
Gibran Rahman.
Patrick Dalton.
Justin Patlius.
Philip Deguano.
Vincent Poggio.
Cindy Cusack.
Isabella Raber.
Victoria Casaro.
Bridget Rivera.
Angelina Diavanzo.
Mamta Patel.
Maddox Cusaconqui.
Anastasia Petrovaska.
Madison Cross.
Paola Polino.
Anna Marie Chicalella.
Aaliyah Peretta.
Rodney Colon.
Irene Pfeffer.
Lindsay D'Agostino.
Sophia Pena.
Caitlin Corsaro.
Julia Ronaldo.
Joe Louis Furman.
Timothy Remsen.
Andy Diaz.
Ryan Resnick.
Samuel Donahue.
Charles Restaino.
Jenna DiStefano.
Angelina Richmond.
Nicholas Firth.
Christopher Romaldi.
Sophia Diaz.
Ariella Rojas.
Jesse Falco.
Julia Rossini.
Ryan Fina.
Nicole Refrano.
William Ellinger.
Elijah Ravak.
Tyler Denigian.
Rebecca Saccone.
Emily Florence.
Ari Sachtiva.
Jamie Fariso.
Guadalupe Sanchez.
Amanda Ferraro.
Gabriella Santangelo.
Alyssa Finkel.
John Satir.
Jesse Flanagan.
Samantha Skelta.
Lauren Dietrich.
Emilio Schaefer.
Luke Grancio.
Nicholas Schimmel.
Rocco Grancio.
Zachary Schnabel.
Anna Maria Francais.
Alyssa Serio.
Victoria Geraci.
Matthew Sheehan.
Joseph Gar.
Varuna Shakar.
Valentina Gergen.
Luke Scarelli.
Alexis Guarino.
Isabella Sierra.
Alexa Greco.
Sarah Schertzer.
Corinne Haney.
Brandon Silva.
Brooke Greenstein.
Anmopreet Singh.
Quentin Hopper.
Gervin Singh.
Andrew Gomez.
Kolbir Singh.
Joseph Gammon.
Sajinder Singh.
Alex Grisbowski.
Ryan Smith.
Victor Gregati.
Thomas Smith.
Patrick Hanley.
Jessica Tusa.
Ariane Harris.
Jordan Tobia.
Mohammed Hassan.
Anna Marie Tunis. Justin Solomon.
Colin Hervey.
Stephanie Valadares.
Trevor Hill.
Catherine Vera.
Zachary Heido.
Maxwell Borelli.
Anthony Ippolito.
Bianca Tierno.
Carly Issing.
Victoria Vera.
Rakana Jagapal.
Peter Savaris.
Daquan James.
Alvis Vaz.
Fabiana Jara.
Stephen Testani.
Leon Jarvis.
Carlos Valley Campos.
James Jensen.
Julio Villatora.
Martina Gerlina.
Luis Viola.
Gabriella Cavalar.
Vittoria Vitucci.
Dilshan Kaur.
Jack Vonderleet.
Blake Kersu.
Victoria Voda.
Chris Kersu.
Thomas Ward. Christian Waters.
Dina Labozetta.
Logan Wiley.
Olivia Leo Grande.
Kelly Zumba.
Nawal Khan.
Zara Yakub.
Stephen Klein.
Daniel Yu.
Angela LaRusso.
Isabel Yoon.
Megan Landers.
David York.
Simeon Kim.
Liam Young.
Ryan Lewis.
Gregory Zito.
Samantha Kingston. Sarah Larea. Samantha Lee. Jessica Lee.
Graduates, please stand. Members of the class of 2021, you have completed the course of study prescribed by the Bethpage Board of Education and approved by the University of the State of New York. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby declare you graduates of Bethpage High School. To symbolize your graduation, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. Congratulations and good luck.